27th philosopher Sant Shri Dnyaneshwar and Sant Shri Tukaram Endowment Lecture Series and Orientation Program 2022. The dignitaries arrived at MIT World Peace University campus, Kothurud, Pune. The dignitaries first offered flowers at the Sant Shri Dnyaneshwar statue and then arrived at the Sant Shri Dnyaneshwar Hall in a delightful manner. The lighting of the lamp made the atmosphere more enriching and spiritual. The dignitaries present for the program were UNESCO chairholder, founder and chief patron, Miles MIT Pune, Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karar Sir, Managing Trustee, Miles MIT Pune, Shri Rahul Karar, Dr. Ashok Joshi, Swami Samarpanananda Ji, Chief Guest Professor Ramcharan Ji, Dr. Swami Ashutosh Robel Ji, Dr. Sanjay Kamtekar, and Dr. Sanjay Upadhyay. In the welcome address, Dr. Sanjay Upadhyay said,
करार सर का अभिनंदन अभिमान इसलिए है कि 27 साल तक कंसिस्टेंटली इस तरह से MIT के प्रोफेसर्स को बहुश्रुत बनाने की ये जो माला है उसके लिए उनका अभिनंदन किया जाएगा। और आप सभी से विनती है कि अपने कान के पीछे मन लाओ। ये कान जो है वो डॉर्मेंट होते जा रहे हैं और आंखें जो है वो पावरफुल होती जा रही हैं। तो मेरी आपसे विनती है कि आँखों को डॉर्मेंट होने दो, अपने कानों को डॉर्मेंट मत करो।
The chief guests were specially felicitated by Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karar Sir and Shri Rahul Karar. While expressing his thoughts, Shri Rahul Karar said,
मैं आज के इस पर्टिकुलर कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग प्रोग्राम, आई मस्ट से दैट दिस इज़ वन वे कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग प्रोग्राम। समर्पणानंदा जी, आपका यहाँ पे आज का आना, या सर आपका भी यहाँ पे आना, मतलब वी हैव स्टार्टेड वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पीस सिलेबस which of course was introduced long back 4 decades before, and very in a structured way now we are trying to imbibe that particular thought process in the minds of students. All these very ideas of our founder to really penetrate at the bottom level. This particular endowment lecture series, when I say bottom level, particularly the final aim of any higher education center is to transform the students, and our mission is the life transformation of the students. You may be a good engineer or a doctor or whatever area you may go into, but that very sentence of Swami Vivekananda which inspired our founder, that unification of science and spirituality alone can bring peace to the mankind. And with that very motto, we, all the teaching fraternity, non-teaching fraternity, we are working relentlessly on this very mission that हम बच्चों के मन के ऊपर इसका परिणाम कैसे हो, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कैसे हो, और इन सब चीज़ों को इस पर्टिकुलर सीरीज़ के माध्यम से आगे ले जाने का हमारा प्रयास है। ये हमारे लिए एक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट का प्रोग्राम कहिए, कैपेसिटी डेवलपमेंट का प्रोग्राम, जो सपना, जो सीड थॉट हमारे फाउंडर सर ने विचार में लाया, उसको आपके माध्यम से मैं अपेक्षा करता हूँ कि हर बच्चे के माइंड में, आपके टीचर्स, आपके फेलो कलीग्स को हम इंस्पायर करके, विजिटिंग फैकल्टी के लोग, बाकी सब लोग, 18-20 हज़ार बच्चे अभी इस पर्टिकुलर कैंपस में पढ़ रहे हैं, तो ये पूरा विचार वो बॉटम पिरामिड तक हम कैसे हम लेके जा सकते हैं, उसके लिए मुझे लगता है ये एक कैटलिस्ट की तरह ये पर्टिकुलर एंडोमेंट लेक्चर सीरीज हमारे सबके लिए काम आएगी।
Dr. Ashok Joshi said in his speech,
So I'm going to speak about silence, entropy and decision making. Silence, because if you take the silence and divide it by 2 ways, what remains? silence. You divide it by billion times, silence. What remains? Silence. So it is actually, silence is ananta. And so when silence is ananta, and noise you can divide, and noise has a measurement scale, it's called decibels. So when decibels is 0, there is nothing to divide, it's ananta, right? Entropy is what Einstein said, entropy is 0 at absolute 0. That means absolute 0 temperature. When temperature becomes 0, that any energy you take out of it, even sound energy. So one of the equation is, when dB is equal to 0, entropy becomes 0. That is again what you call ananta. So when you remain in silence, when you make yourself in ananta, when you engross yourself in ananta, it is very easy to make decisions. In other words, if you are excited, either way, either you are depressed or very happy, don't make any decisions.
Dr. Swami Ashutosh Robalji said in his speech,
when I was asked to come here, and I heard the name is a university with the name of World Peace, I had no idea that it actually so much establishment is going on such a grand scale. I was very impressed the whole morning. I have seen all the activities going on here, and I'm still trying to digest it. So, really, really very impressive. Now, yes, Mahashiji has always taught his meditation with four selling points, out of which 3 are very easy to understand, which is mental potential and health and social behavior. But then there was a 4th point which was always very difficult to integrate, and how does a person start to meditate because he would be a contributor to world peace. That is very abstract and difficult to comprehend, and I have not understood it for many years. Maharishi explained the somas which we produce in our meditation, that flows to the devas and they get strengthened. He said the reason why the world is in such a chaos is because there is not enough production of soma. What Maharishi basically did his whole life, he was like a CEO running from one unit of soma factory around the world, where he had a few hundred people here and a few thousand people there, to make sure they produce enough soma so that devata level is strengthened. And that's how world peace is getting established.
Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad sir shared his feelings about Dr. Swami Ashutosh Robalji.
ज्ञान ब्रह्म ऋषि ऐसी पदवी है. I felt that how passionate he is. From the bottom of heart, he has been speaking each and every word, trying to make the Indian people mostly to understand which country they belong to, what essence and philosophy their world religion has, what is the meaning of Vedas and Upanishads, and speaking to the end of the consciousness and reality.
In the speech delivered by Dr. Sanjay Kamtekar, he said,
so today's topic kind of, science and spirituality. The way I define, what science does, it tells us how things works, but it cannot explain why things works. And that's where the spirituality comes into the picture, right? This is the power of subconscious mind. we take scientific inquiry, we use our logic, we go through that, we design different experiments. So we push our logic to get our answers to the hilt. But even in that scientific realm, that creativity part, that subconscious plays enormous role, which we overlook many times. And we've seen, there are examples like, elucidation of engineering or even DNA structure. Those scientists, they got that insight, when they're, kind of dreaming or in a sleep. So basically their subconscious mind was awake.
Swami Samarpananandaji, while sharing the words of wisdom.
Dr. Karad, amazing personality, I didn't know about him.
For the last 42 years, I'm a monk with the Ramakrishna Mission. Before that, 10 years. That means practically since I was 9-year-old, I am connected with the Ramakrishna Mission and with Swami Vivekananda. Now, when Swamiji was talking about Karma Yogi, when he was talking about uplift of India, and when he was telling that education is the panacea of all the evils of the country, you suddenly find Dr. Karad, the living specimen of all that Swamiji was talking about. Believe me, I am speaking from heart. I am extremely infamous for being extremely politically incorrect. I am not a person who talks political correct statements. And when I am saying Dr. Karad is a great man, he is a great man. Give a big hand.
UNESCO chairholder, Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad sir, shared his thoughts in the program.
Friends, when I stand before you, especially on this unique occasion of the 27th philosopher Sant Shri Dnyaneshwar and Sant Shri Tukaram Endowment Lecture Series, which was started long back in the year 1996. 27 years journey, but I have been reminded myself that it was my great good fortune, and I have been always trying to search for understanding the role of men of science, men of religion, spirituality, and men of philosophy. As far as I know, that normally the time the men of science, religion and philosophy, they never normally came on the common platform. As if the great men of science and technology, the advanced technology of today, modern technology, they always felt that these saints and rishis and munis, the two great people are sitting here, soch ki disha tay ho gayi. And we have been saying now that we should have a education, research and the technology that we think of should follow a certain path, and that is education, management education, science education. और जिसमें हमने कहा ये नई बात है, 2-3 साल के पहले ध्यान में आया कि अपन कौन से रास्ते से जा रहे भाई। एजुकेशन, ये यूनिवर्सिटी की बात हमारे स्वामी जी ने कही कि यहाँ आने के बाद उनको एक अलग सी फीलिंग आ गई। फाइंडिंग द यूनिटी इज द अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ साइंस, ये अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन की बात है। और सद ज्ञानेश्वर टू अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन ये जर्नी है, इट्स अ लॉन्ग इन स्पेस एंड टाइम, दिस इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस, बट नेटवर्किंग ऑफ द टू is the duty of teachers like us. We are in the field of education, research. देखो, अंदर से समझने की बात करो और अनुभूति करो भाई। What is the real beauty? सद्गुणों की पूजा यही ईश्वर की पूजा है। जिसे अल्लाह कहो, रहीम कहो, राम कहो, जीसस कहो, बुद्धा कहो, तथागत गौतम बुद्ध, 2600 साल के पहले की बात, 2600 years back. द प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद 1400 साल, जीसस क्राइस्ट 2000 साल। कौन से किस वक्त, किस जगह से, किस देश से, किस कम्युनिटी से ये बयान किया गया, ये सारी बातों का चिंतन करना अपना टीचर लोगों का फर्ज है।
In this program, insightful thoughts were shared by Chief Guest Professor Ramcharanji.
And these words ring in my ears, not just mine, but my classmates. The first universal truth, and I test that in every religion. As Dr. Karar said, I go around the world. In every company, every city, we come with nothing and we go out with nothing. That's the frame of reference for peace of mind and satisfying the soul. Am I clear? I ask that question every day. If I die today, did I understand? I came with nothing and I'm going out with nothing. Clear? The second truth, no one of us knows what is the duration of our life. Right? So what you got to do, you do today. You don't leave legacies. You leave your humanity, your service, you're developing people, doing something. And you say, yeah, I got 83 years of my life. I got, with memory, about 75 years. What did I do? What should I have done? What I did not do? I will share with you my life that gives me satisfaction to my soul. And I do have a peace of mind. There are things we do in yoga that helps. I want to tell you, one of my teachers, we were sitting on the floor, he is having a chair, no desks. Anybody recalls the word takhti? We used to write on the takhti. He didn't have any of those good things. And he would sing. I remember 4 items of the singing, and then I had to figure out the other 3. Why the conflict? Be it globally, be it nationally, be it in your company, be it in your section of the world, be it in the family.
And in such an elevated manner, this 27th Philosopher Sant Shri Dnyaneshwar and Sant Shri Tukaram Endowment Lecture Series and Orientation Program 2022 came to an end.